All right, folks, gather round. Pull up a comfy chair. Maybe pour yourself a cup of coffee or tea, just like I've got right here. It's good to be chatting with you all again. Today, I wanted to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. And I bet it's on your mind too. Keeping our minds sharp as we enjoy these golden years. We've gathered a lot of wisdom over the decades, haven't we? But just like our bodies need a little extra care these days, so do our brains. So, let's dive into 6 ways, backed by good science, that can help us keep our thinking caps on and our minds feeling bright. Stay socially connected. The power of friendship. Now, this first one might seem obvious, but it's more powerful than you might think. Staying socially connected. Think about it. We're social creatures, us humans. We thrive on interaction, on sharing stories, on just plain being around other folks. When we spend time with friends, family, or even folks in our community, it's like a workout for our brains. We're engaging in conversations, remembering names, following storylines, maybe even debating a little bit about the latest news. All that mental back and forth is really good for keeping those neural pathways firing. I remember when my dear wife, Martha, passed a few years back. It was a lonely time, no doubt about it. My kids were great, checking in. But it wasn't the same as having someone right there. I realized I needed to make an effort to see my buddies from the old bowling league more often, and I even joined a weekly coffee group at the senior center. Let me tell you, those chats and laughs did me a world of good, not just for my spirits, but I really felt my mind staying more active. So, whether it's a phone call, a visit, joining a club, or just chatting with the folks at the grocery store, make those connections. Don't isolate yourself. Our minds need that social spark. If you find yourself feeling really isolated and it's affecting your mood, please talk to your doctor. There are resources out there that can help. Embrace lifelong learning. Never stop growing. Next up is something I've always believed in. Lifelong learning. Now, don't go thinking you need to go back to college and take exams. Learning in our later years can be anything that tickles your curiosity and gets your brain working in new ways. It could be picking up a new hobby like knitting, learning to play a musical instrument, trying your hand at painting, or even just diving into a subject that always interested you through books or documentaries. I've always been fascinated by history, particularly the Civil War. Now that I have a bit more time on my hands, I've been watching documentaries and reading books on different battles and figures. It's like a puzzle for my brain, trying to piece together the events and understand the motivations. My neighbor, Betty, she's in her late 70s and just started taking online photography classes. She's out snapping pictures of birds and flowers, and she's just beaming with excitement about what she's learning. The point is, when you learn something new, you're creating new connections in your brain. It's like exercising a muscle you didn't even know you had. So, find something that sparks your interest and dive in. Don't think it's too late to learn something new. It's never too late to keep that mind growing. If you're finding it hard to concentrate or remember new things, it's worth mentioning to your doctor, just to be sure everything's as it should be. Get moving. Exercise your body. Exercise your brain. Now, let's talk about getting our bodies moving. We all know exercise is important for our physical health, but it's also a fantastic boost for our brains. When we exercise, it increases blood flow to the brain, which delivers important oxygen and nutrients. Studies have shown that regular physical activity can improve memory, attention, and even reduce the risk of cognitive decline. I try to get a walk in most days, even if it's just around the block. My knees aren't what they used to be, so I take it easy. But just getting out there and moving makes a difference. My grandson, Michael, He's a physical therapist, and he's always telling me how even gentle exercise, like swimming or chair yoga, can be really beneficial. And it's not just about the physical act. Getting out in nature, if you can also be a real mood booster, which indirectly helps our mental well-being. So, find an activity you enjoy, whether it's walking, gardening, dancing, or anything else that gets you moving. Even a little bit each day can make a big difference. If you're experiencing sudden difficulty with balance or coordination, that's something you should definitely discuss with your doctor. Nourish your brain. The importance of diet. Speaking of what goes into our bodies, let's talk about food. Just like a car needs the right fuel to run smoothly, our brains need the right nutrients to function at their best. A balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins is crucial for brain health. Foods rich in antioxidants, like berries and leafy greens, can help protect brain cells from damage. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in fish like salmon, are also known to be beneficial for cognitive function. I try to eat a pretty balanced diet, although I do have a sweet tooth I have to keep in check. My daughter, Susan, is always sharing healthy recipes with me, and I've found that incorporating more colorful fruits and vegetables into my meals has actually made me feel more energetic overall. And I like to think it's helping my mind too. It's not about drastic changes. Even small, consistent, healthy choices can add up. Try adding a handful of berries to your breakfast cereal or swapping a sugary snack for some nuts. It's all about making those small, sustainable changes. If you've noticed a significant change in your appetite or weight, it's always a good idea to get that checked out by a healthcare professional. Get enough sleep, rest, and recharge. Your mind. Now, this is one that I think we all appreciate: getting a good night's sleep. As we get older, our sleep patterns might change, and sometimes it can be harder to get those solid hours of rest. But sleep is absolutely vital for our brain health. While we're sleeping, our brains are actually quite active. They're consolidating memories, clearing out waste products, and essentially recharging for the day ahead. When we don't get enough quality sleep, it can affect our concentration, our memory, and even our mood. I've definitely noticed that on nights when I don't sleep well, I feel foggy and forgetful the next day. I've tried to establish a regular sleep routine, going to bed around the same time each night, and trying to create a relaxing environment in my bedroom. Sometimes a warm bath or reading a book before bed can help. It's also important to talk to your doctor if you're consistently having trouble sleeping. There might be underlying issues that can be addressed. Don't underestimate the power of a good night's rest for keeping your mind sharp and feeling refreshed. Challenge your mind. Mental exercises and games. Finally, let's talk about actively challenging our minds. Just like we do physical exercises for our bodies, we need mental exercises for our brains. This could involve anything that makes you think and problem solve. Puzzles like crosswords and Sudoku are great for this. Learning a new language can be incredibly stimulating. Even playing strategy games or card games can help keep your mind active and engaged. I enjoy doing the daily crossword puzzle in the newspaper. It's a nice way to start the morning and get my brain working. My friend, George, he's in his early 80s, and he's been learning Spanish through an online program. He says it's challenging but also really rewarding. The key is to find activities that you enjoy and that make you think. It shouldn't feel like a chore. It should be something you look forward to. Even simple things like trying a new route when you go for a walk can challenge your spatial awareness. So, find those mental workouts that you find enjoyable and make them a regular part of your routine. If you're finding sudden difficulty with tasks you used to find easy, like following instructions or managing finances, It's important to speak with your doctor. So there you have it, folks. 6 ways, backed by good science, to help keep our minds sharp and engaged as we navigate these wonderful years. Remember, it's not about making drastic changes all at once. Start small, find what works for you, and be consistent. Our minds are precious, and taking care of them is one of the best things we can do for ourselves. Pay attention to your body and your mind, and don't hesitate to reach out to your doctor if you have any concerns. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What are some of the ways you keep your mind active? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, maybe consider subscribing so we can keep these chats going. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.